The coffee was already falling when I realized it would land on him. A brown arc. Slow. Perfect. My wife's brother, 2 days crowned head of operations, stood too close. Too confident. His suit drank the spill like a wound. He screamed. Not because of the heat. Because of the stain. "Do you know how expensive this is?" he shouted, voice cracking in the atrium. Eyes on me like a firing squad. "You're fired." I nodded. Apologized. Soft. Measured. Inside, something clicked into place. I turned and walked toward the lobby, past the glass wall that reflected my posture, straight back, steady pace, no rush. The investor was already there. He always arrived early. "Ready for our meeting?" he asked, extending a hand. I smiled. "Sorry," I said. "He just fired me." He chuckled. A small sound. He lifted his phone, thumb hovering over the screen. "Is this the guy who fired you?" On the screen, my wife's brother. Laughing at a private dinner. Whispering to my wife. His hand on her knee. My phone vibrated. Then again. Then again. A voice message played through the speaker, sharp and performative. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes." My daughter-in-law's voice. The shrew. Always watching. Always counting. "Enjoy," I said, and ended the call. When the photos of my villa in Switzerland went live, glass walls, lake light, winter sun, my phone rang 71 times. I didn't answer. I was already somewhere else. The betrayal didn't arrive all at once. It seeped in. A pause too long before my wife answered questions. A laugh that belonged to someone else. A new password on her phone. Not subtle. Deliberate. I told myself it was stress. Promotion season. Family pressure. The performance of normalcy requires excuses. At night, she slept turned away. Not angry. Strategic. Distance as camouflage. I began noticing absences. Her car still warm when she claimed to be out late with her sister. The same sister who texted me condolences for missing dinner while my wife said she'd been with her. I stopped asking. Silence is a tool. So is patience. Her brother's rise was sudden. 2 days. No vote. No process. He strutted the corridors like a man who knew the ending. He called me brother in meetings, smiling too wide, eyes never blinking. At home, the shrew, the daughter-in-law, conducted audits disguised as jokes. Who paid for what? Who deserved a seat? Who should wash dishes to earn presents? I watched. I logged patterns. The betrayal wasn't just infidelity. That would have been crude. It was orchestration. A quiet coup. They were replacing me professionally and domestically with the same hands. I felt the denial die gently, like a candle starved of air. I didn't confront. I refined. Because the most dangerous people aren't the ones who shout. They're the ones who prepare. I became invisible. At work, I performed competence without ego. I let my calendar empty. I forwarded responsibilities. I smiled when my name was removed from threads. At home, I asked fewer questions. I listened more. I learned that my wife left her phone face down only when she lied. That she hummed when she was relieved. That she deleted messages before sleeping. I cloned phone records. Quietly. Legally, I pulled metadata. Locations. Times. Patterns don't lie. Late nights aligned with his gym schedule. Hotels booked under corporate accounts. A private room at a restaurant we once loved reserved under initials I recognized. I ordered a DNA test for my youngest. Routine. Painless. The envelope sat on my desk like a verdict waiting for a judge. I watched the shrew posture at family dinners, assigning tasks like punishments. She loved power that could be denied later. Plausible cruelty. Wash the dishes, she'd say, smiling. If you want to belong. Belonging is a currency for the insecure. I made calls. Old ones. Investors I'd nurtured while my brother-in-law took credit. The investor in the lobby was one of them. I shared nothing explicit. I shared trajectory. I let my wife believe she was winning. I let her brother believe he had ended me. I slept well. Because clarity is sedative. The results arrived on a Tuesday. I opened the envelope alone. No ceremony. The child was mine. A relief, sharp and fleeting. Not forgiveness, just information. One variable eliminated. The phone records confirmed the rest. Months. Not weeks. Months of rehearsed deceit. I invited my wife to dinner. Neutral ground. Public enough to prevent theater. Private enough to hurt. I slid the phone across the table. No words. She didn't touch it at first. Her breath changed. A micro-flinch. You already know, she said. I nodded. Her eyes filled. Not with regret. With fear. I was going to tell you, she said. The classic lie. The lie people tell themselves. I asked one question. Did you think I wouldn't see? She broke then. Apologies poured out, tangled with excuses. Power. Security. How small she felt next to me. How big he made her feel. I listened. Calm. Distant. When she finished, I stood. Left cash for the bill. Walked away. Behind me, she sobbed. Loud enough to be noticed. Soft enough to feel righteous. I didn't look back. The confrontation wasn't a scene. It was a sequence. First, the investor meeting. Contracts signed. A new entity formed. My name at the top. Then, the board email. Restructuring. External review. Compliance issues, real ones. Documented ones. My brother-in-law's promotion evaporated under scrutiny. 2 days of glory. Enough to poison him forever. At Thanksgiving, the shrew called again. Come wash the dishes, she said, voice sharp with superiority. I sent photos instead. The villa. The lake. Snow light through glass. Enjoy, I typed. Her response came late. Then many times. 71 calls. Missed. At work, my former office was reassigned. My access revoked. My influence multiplied elsewhere. I sent my wife the separation papers. Clean. Generous. Final. She tried to bargain. To confess more. To cry harder. I declined. The brother called once. Voice trembling. Threats thin as paper. I sent him a screenshot of the investor's phone from the lobby. His face frozen mid-laugh. No message. Just the image. Silence followed. I sit in Switzerland now. Morning light. Still water. I think about the man I was before, the one who believed loyalty was inherited, not earned. The one who mistook proximity for love. I feel no triumph. No pity. Only accuracy. They wanted power without cost. They mistook my quiet for weakness. I didn't destroy them. I stepped aside and let truth do the work. The phone doesn't ring anymore. And in the quiet, I realize the final victory isn't revenge. It's distance. I am no longer reachable.